All right, welcome to Igniter Productions Guitar Workshop with John Farr. Today I wanted to just talk about this guitar that you might see in the background on some of the videos, and I just want to let you know what this is. And it is a Gibson Les Paul Jr. I have two Les Paul Juniors. This is a black single cutaway guitar, and I also have a red dual cutaway. I've played Les Paul Juniors for years. I love them to death. They are great guitars. They're just a little bit different than a Les Paul standard, and I just want to tell you what they are real quick. The thickness, this has a uniform thickness on the body, where a Les Paul standard will have a little more, it actually arches up a little bit, has a little more weight to it than this guitar. A Les Paul standard typically has two humbuckers, where this just has a single humbucker, so it doesn't have the toggle switch for pickups. It has a volume and a treble. A Les Paul standard also will have trapezoidal inlays on the neck, while this one just has the inlays are just your standard dots. And I think one of the biggest differences, besides the pickup, is the tailpiece. The Les Paul standard typically has a bridge and then a tailpiece, and this has just a single tailpiece. The strings wrap around and go up to the headstock. And one thing you need to be aware of when you buy a guitar or play a guitar with a single tailpiece is that some of them are not adjustable. The one that came with this guitar was not adjustable. I changed it out to an adjustable tailpiece. That means I can set the intonation. So if you buy a guitar with a tailpiece like this, and it's just a piece of metal that accepts the strings, it doesn't have any screws in here to move these around, you will not be able to adjust the intonation, and that could not serve you well down the road, because the guitars are organic. They are affected by moisture and heat, and they expand and contract and do all sorts of things that any piece of wood or wood instrument will do, and that's why it's important to be able to adjust the intonation. Let me just show you that real quick. I'm just got a little bit of a glare here today. I just want you to see. There we go. I think that's about right. Yeah, there you go. You can see how that can be adjusted there, and I think you can see. Can we get it there? There's some screw holes right there. So that is how you adjust it. Actually, the glare from the black guitar. So I love these guitars. The sound, I consider this kind of a guitar player's guitar. Has a real clear tone. It's good tone, real clear tone. And when you play chords on these guitars, everything rings out. So they're great for chording. Kind of reminds me of a Les Paul Jr. through an amplifier clean sound. It reminds me a lot of the 50s kind of sound, where the chords were really clear and sharp, and just a hair of treble to it. That may be because the pickup sits down here by the they call it the bridge pickup, and down by actually the tailpiece here. And so it's a rocking guitar. My setup I typically use with these, I like to use heavy strings on the low end, and then maybe like as high as a 10 on the E string, and I call that a progressive set. So it's gets a good low end. So it gets a lot of thickness at the bottom end, yet still light enough that I can bend. And then I can still do the old. Yeah, so I played in a three-piece band for a lot of years, And I used this guitar because it had that dynamic range the way it was set up. You can really get all the way up here and hit the high notes, and then I had those low strings set, and I could add that low depth. So I love these guitars. I'm not sure how common they are now. I know Zappa used them. The guy in the Hooter from the Hooters used the Les Paul Juniors. You look around, you'll see guys playing Les Paul Juniors. I think G. Smith. I think he had a Tobacco Burst one he'd pull out every once in a while to use. So some big guitar players, would pull these guitars out from time to time. Great guitar. Just wanted to share that with you and give you the quick little note on the tailpiece, and that's it. So for Igniter Productions Guitar Workshop, I'm John Farr, and I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Bye.